Hi guys and welcome to our channel Company Insider. So today we are having a very special guest with us, Mr. Siddhant Sharma. So Siddhant has cracked the interviews for several companies like TCS and PWC, KPMG, Huron Consulting, Indian Navy and some few other companies. So today he will be sharing his experiences, his learnings from all those interviews of all those companies with us. And this video will be very helpful for those people who wants to join a consultancy firm and are freshers or recent graduates. Moreover, Siddhant got all these offers through off-campus interviews. So he will be also sharing a lot of knowledge about how one can apply for these big consultancy firms off-campus. So please watch the complete video and you will get to learn a lot. Also guys, we have created our own website www.companyinsider.in in which you can get all the recent off-campus job openings and directly apply for them. So if you are a fresher or a recent graduate and wants to apply to some off-campus job opportunities, and also we have a Telegram channel in which we have built a community of people who help out each other. So if you have any doubt regarding any company's interview process or how to apply for that company and how to prepare for the interview, you can post your queries on the Telegram channel. The link for our website and the Telegram channel will be in the description, so please check it out. Okay, so let's get to the video. So first of all, Siddhant, can you tell us a little bit about yourself, like which college are you from and which branch you took?
Okay, sure. Thank you, first of all, for inviting me on your channel.
Yeah,
Okay, my name is
welcome.
Siddhant Sharma. My name is Siddhant Sharma. I'm from Technocrat Institute of Technology and Science, basically located in Bhopal, Madhya Pradesh. My branch was Computer Science branch. I'm a 2020 pass out only.
Okay, so you are like pandemic batch.
Yeah, kind of pandemic batch, partially.
Right, partially. So Siddhant, like all these interviews which you gave was on campus, all of them, or some of were like off campus plus on campus?
All the interviews that I personally gave were off campus. The
Okay,
basic reason, yeah. Even for the TCS one that I gave was off campus only. I was selected through a contest called the Human AI contest, in which
okay.
there were six elimination rounds that we need to go through. And when we cracked those six elimination round, I was in the top five from whole Madhya Pradesh, and
Oh, nice.
I was also selected in top 20 for India, and after that I was eliminated. But yeah, I got the offer from TCS eventually.
Yeah, that's nice. That's nice. Okay, so which was the first company you gave interview for?
It was TCS that I gave first. Yeah,
Okay, so it was TCS through this competition, right?
yeah.
Yeah, so here they give you the offer for just Ninja or digital or something else.
Yeah, it was basically digital offer only because
Okay,
this competition was totally based on artificial intelligence. And
right.
the reason that I have to give this competition because I have less than 60% in my 12th, if I say very frankly and candidly. So
Okay.
going through NQT was not like I cannot go through NQT. So the only chance that I
Right.
can get through is this competition, and I was good in artificial intelligence and machine learning. So as soon as I saw this challenge, I thought like this is my opportunity and I have to grab it at anyhow. So there was no sense of comfortability that even if I miss this, what I can go for another interview
Correct.
because already having less than 60%, the chances are deducted. So like gone through six elimination round and then got finally selected. So yeah,
Nice.
that's
So
all.
this is even better. Like all are saying like grades doesn't matter and grades doesn't matter, and you are actually proving it that grades doesn't matter.
Yeah, if you're good with your technological stuff, then
Yeah.
yeah, it doesn't.
Correct. So TCS basically did this competition. This competition was in teams or individual.
Basically, it was an individual competition that you need to
Okay.
participate, in which the first round is some MCQ based questions that you
Right.
need to crack. After that, there is one more round that happens. Third round is the round in which you have to give a particularly proper presentation, like the model that you have made. You need to show them that it is a working model, and
Right.
that is the most crucial round. Like most of the people get eliminated in that, and after that there are very short people that are selected for the next round, and after that you have an interview. So after
Okay.
going all these stages, you have an interview and you have to crack the interview, and then you will receive an offer.
So what was the topic for that like project that you built?
Yeah, it was a face recognition system. Basically, face recognition system is not very typical to make. But if we increase the features of doing it, like proving the ethnicity, emotions,
Right.
and lots of things, then it becomes complex. So they gave us a whole some topics, like from these topics you can make any of these things, and I choose face recognition system. And by coincidence, you can say the winner of that whole human AI also made the face recognition system
Oh,
only, and he
okay,
was,
okay, okay.
yeah, yeah, he was number one in that.
Yeah, 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 right. So like for after this thing that there will be an interview, and in interview they ask questions regarding what you build or general questions around you, like they want to know about you or the project you build.
The project they build, they basically ask us
Okay,
the project and little bit about machine learning, that you
right,
are aware about the things, you haven't just built up through going and seeing from GitHub or from net or somewhere. If you have used OpenCV, why you have used that? If you have used Keras, why you have used that? If this algorithm is being used, what is the usage of that algorithm that you have done? Some questions related to around that only, and that's how the interview went away.
right, right, right. So during this time you were in third year or fourth year of college?
I was in my final year of college.
Final year. Okay, right.
Yeah,
So you are already having a offer of TCS in your hand, and then you
yeah.
started applying for other consulting companies. So like you always have in your mind that you have to go for consulting, or it's just like you are applying randomly.
No, I didn't. Yeah, it was a kind of a coincidence. You can say that I went to a consulting company, but
Mhm.
when I finally articulate my personality, that is to help people and organization, whatever they do, but better. That was my
Right, right,
aim. So, consulting is a type of job in which you are client facing plus developing also. I'm an integration developer over there,
right,
workday integration developer. So you have a developer profile plus your consulting, your client face personality, that is working with the client directly and getting all the interactions. So I feel I could be more useful over there. I was particularly good in artificial intelligence, machine learning, but when I saw workday as a technology, the company that gave me this offer, then when I finally go through workday, like what is workday, how it is happening and all those things, then I found like this is a very good opportunity for me to excel, and I can see my future growing in that direction.
right, right, right. So how did you start applying for this type of consulting companies? Like, did you visit through their each and every company's site and apply for that, or did you got some referrals and apply through that on?
Okay. For the current company that I'm working right now, I got a referral for that, Huron Consulting company, from which I'm a Workday integration developer. So
Huron
I got,
Consulting, right?
yeah, Huron Consulting. So that it's a great company. I know
Yeah.
people don't know the name much because they know TCS, KPMG,
Yeah,
PWC.
right.
But
Big Four.
when I, yeah, Big Four. So, but when I started working in this company, the culture, the people, and
Right,
all the
right.
things come as a package.
You started
Yeah.
applying for these companies off campus through their websites.
Yeah, I go through basically LinkedIn much rather than website, because
Right, right.
LinkedIn, like people give some internal jobs option over there also, like
Correct.
they have. So it is better to go through LinkedIn, I feel sometimes, and you can get referral easily. Referral does not guarantee a chance of interview, that is 100% sure, but it increases the chances by some margin. That is the
Right,
truth,
right, right.
relative truth. So that's how I did. But for PwC I did not apply. I did not get any referral. I applied through one vacancy that I saw on LinkedIn, and
Okay.
after that it was a different profile. It was an associate cloud developer profile.
Okay.
Yeah, so I've done three technology work. I've done Azure, I've done machine
Right.
learning, and Workday. Workday.
Right.
So the diversity is too much in my profile. I don't know why,
Correct, correct,
but
correct.
but the diversity is too much. For so I gave that PWC interview for associate developer. I was selected in that. Then I gave for KPMG also, and I was selected in that also. Indian Navy
Okay.
was something really cool that I went through. So all these things. Some non-MNC was also there, but these are some of the overviews.
So how does it feel to take the job of 4 or 5 people alone?
No, no. I was just thinking like where I can be fit best and where I can
Correct,
excel
correct.
myself and growth my career to the fullest. That was my main aim. Sometimes what happened in the colleges, if I tell you very candidly, sometimes we do not sit in a particular company because we already have the offer, so we don't sit, because
Yeah,
if
yeah,
we
yeah.
sit, other personality chances goes away,
Right,
like
right.
that. So yeah, that's all.
Let's talk about which was the first you applied for consultancy, PwC, KPMG, or Huron.
Huron was the
Okay,
first.
so Huron was the first. So you got that through a referral, and after the
Yeah.
referral, there was a test or aptitude test.
No, there was no aptitude test for that. I just straight away went through the interviews.
Okay.
Yeah, so it was an associate consultant profile. So it differs a little bit. In this, they don't ask you particularly lots of coding questions. They ask you case
Okay.
study based questions.
Right, right,
So
right.
you need to be get ready. Yeah, you need to be ready for that type of questions. Scenario based questions are being asked to check your critical thinking, how well you can think, and sometimes it is difficult actually to go through that. to
Right, right,
ask
right.
the right to ask the right question is more difficult than to give the right answer, what I feel.
Correct. Correct, correct. I
In case
understand.
study, yeah, it's a business thing, so you need to ask the logical sequence of questions to get the relevant information from your interviewer, so then you can act upon that. So that's
Correct,
the
correct.
main thing that you need to go. Yeah.
So the case study was a big one, like big case study or some few small case studies?
Some few very few very small case studies were asked for me, not a very big case studies were asked if I tell you. But it was a package, it was a mixture of everything. It was a mixture of
Right.
associate consultant profile, workday technology that they are looking for, little bit from my resume. So it was all a mix, I could say.
So how did you prepare for those type of case study questions? How can like anyone can prepare for this type of questions?
Okay. So basically, I went through Google like mad and YouTube like a mad person. So I gone through every type of case studies, and it is not to memorize a case study, but the technique is how do you solve the case study. Not memorizing if this type of case study is similar one I get, so I can give this conclusion, because the statistics could be really different. So there you will struggle again
Correct.
to get the whole thing in your mind, that okay, if this is the scenario, what is the next question that I need to be asked. So the thing is like maths, you need to practice a lot, you need to build up your mindset according to that. And you can get lots of case studies from Google somewhere around, the previously asked case studies, or there were some case studies from YouTube channel also that I saw, like how to solve a case study, where to start
Yeah.
from that. So all those things you can go through it.
So everything is basically on net if someone wants to learn.
Yeah, I basically do lots of Google search and Google surfing.
Actually,
I do
that's
not
the
worry.
like very very good skill, Google search. Because most of the people ask us also like from where we can prepare this, from where we can prepare that. Like everything is given on Google itself. If you know how to search it.
Yeah. You just need to search a Google.
Right, right, right. So were there any HR based questions also?
Yeah, there were a lot of HR based questions where you need to negotiate salary. HR based, why do you want to join our company? Where do
Okay,
you see yourself in the upcoming 5 years? And all that thing. These things are basically asked. What I feel particularly is to get that how a candidate is like fully sorted in his mind, like what he
hmm.
needs to do
Mm-hmm.
next. They just need to know that what you need to do next, and whether you could be a useful asset for the company or not. And if you are good with that, then I think you will crack easily.
Right, right, right.
Yeah, basically what I do, I know what I need to do in life. I'm really sorted what I need to do. So if I say, okay, right now I'm an associate consultant, I see myself in the upcoming 5 years as a manager. Maybe I will say sometime as a vice president. Maybe sometime I will say as a director. People differently say things. So how will you reach that position? That needs to be clear. Very, like if you said I want to become a director in let's then 7 years, so what you will do to become that? That's the follow-up question that they're going to ask, or the explanation that you need to give to make them clear, like this is what I want and I'm really clear about it.
Right, right, right. So then after that, you got selected for Huron. That was only one
Yeah.
round interview. That's it.
There were 3 rounds actually. The
Okay.
first round was taken by the some workday consultant only and some
Okay.
manager. The second round was taken by the director, and the third round was taken by the HR. That's how
Okay.
we go.
Okay. So then, like, I want to know, after getting placed into Huron Consulting, why did you apply for other companies?
Yeah, it was not like I was not satisfied with something, but the growth is an inevitable process that we all look for. There is not a single personality on LinkedIn or someone who said, okay, this is going to be my lifetime company. If a better opportunity comes to you, you should grab it like a smart individual personality and try to emphasize on that.
Right, right. So after then, you applied for PWC, KPMG.
Yeah, I applied for both of them after that only.
That
And
was through
I
LinkedIn.
got, yeah, LinkedIn only. KPMG, if I talk about particularly a recruiter contacted me while seeing my LinkedIn.
Okay, okay,
So
okay.
yeah, they said that would you be interested in this role? I said, yeah, there is no problem in giving interview at any point of time.
Right, right, right.
Yeah. So I said okay for the interview, and then eventually I got selected for that. So I feel, yeah, that's a
Let's
good
talk
thing.
about KPMG. So was there just interview process like that, like Huron, or like individual rounds were there?
Individual rounds were there also, like, but there were no aptitude or something rounds. For
Okay,
PwC there were aptitude rounds
okay,
actually, but for this also, because I'm an experienced personality going as an experienced person, if I'm going, so then what will happen, they will take your interview straight away, and there would be 3 rounds where you need to work really good with your skills of whatever technology you're working on.
right.
Why do you want to switch, and if there are plenty of questions that you need to come up with, and if you go through all the 3 rounds again, then you're good.
Okay. Consultancy firms, how much your projects matter, whatever you have done in your college. So do they ask about those projects, like technical projects, or it doesn't matter at all?
No, they basically ask about technical project if you are a fresher.
Okay,
If you're going as a fresher, then there is nothing else that they could ask you but
right,
about your projects only, that okay, you have done this project, what you have done. But they were looking something more than technicality. They were looking some leadership qualities, they were looking some problem solving skill, critical thinking that a consultant has a characteristics of,
correct,
basically.
correct, correct.
How to solve, how's the communication skills, like while he's explaining his project, not like what I'm speaking right now, but while he's explaining the project, how he's able to explain those things, because the same thing would happen in client calls some days. So
That's right.
futuristic view that they see in that, and that's how they come up with the whole idea.
So I think like one should be very visible in LinkedIn. Like I've learned that from you.
Yeah, I'm pretty much active on LinkedIn, like Instagram I'm less, but LinkedIn I'm more for sure.
Right, right, right. And like after getting first of all, which offer you get for PwC or KPMG?
For PwC I got.
For PwC you got. So like how did you reject them? Like how did you say that no, I don't want to join? And why?
Yeah, yeah, it could be many things. I cannot say why I rejected, but there could be many reasons, like you are not satisfied with the compensation, you're not satisfied with your particular role that they are giving you, whatever could be your reason for that. Or like your sign-in bonus, there are many things that you can be aware
Mm-hmm.
about, or if you get some more offers, there could be plenty of reasons through which. But I see some of my friends joined the PwC also. I know some of the people who did.
Right, right, right. One of my friend is also in PwC, so I can understand. Okay, but what about
Yeah, sure.
KPMG? Like, it's pretty good, right?
Yeah,
So why why
KPMG.
why not KPMG?
I tell you, I cannot disclose the full thing about KPMG, but the offer is still in my hand, and
Okay,
I'm just thinking whether I should join or not, but could
okay,
not disclose that for sure.
okay, okay, not a problem. So like one advice, like, can you give for freshers who want to join consulting firms? Like, what should they work on during their college time so that they can get placed in all those companies, even if they are from like I don't think in consultancy firms your branch matter. Like even if you are from mechanical, civil, or biotech, anyone can apply for those things. If the role is for like a consultant, not some technical role. Like how should they prepare for it, or is it just like inbuilt? Like you have to have those communication skills or aptitude and all those logical thinking things, or can we prepare these things?
We can definitely prepare these things. Like I also don't have inbuilt. When first of all Workday, I was giving for Huron as a consulting based
Right,
company. The thing that I know, when I go through all the consulting based previous interviews, like what type of question they asked in Glassdoor. If you go and type Huron Consulting previous interviews or something like that, you will get plenty of answers from that. That okay, these are the type of things. So you can make a bunch of plenty of answers. You can see like what are the common things that are basically being asked in an interview, and or what is the job profile. First, you need to go through your JD in very depth.
right,
Like you should be your mirror image of your JD, how the interviewer will see that you are the best candidate. Yeah, like Siddhant is the best candidate, or Suryash is the
hmm,
best candidate. So you have to be a mirror image of your JD. You need to prepare a JD very well. Then you need to go through the previous year's interview, whatever interviews been happened. You get a whole idea while going through what type of questions could be asked in the interview. It could be case study, it could be technical, it could be your critical thinking, logical thinking, mathematics type of questions are also asked, like McKinsey or something companies
Right,
sometimes
right,
do ask some questions. So there are plenty of things that you need to go through it, and if you're good with that, then you are like fine. But you should be like, whatever you have written in your resume, first of all you should be thorough with that to 110% sure. Like if you have written, I see some people have written data science in their resume, but the data science is not a single thing. If you have written, it comes
hmm,
of artificial intelligence, descriptive statistics, machine learning, neural network. So if you have written data science, he can, and you are expecting a machine learning question, like, but he can ask you what is A star algorithm, AO star algorithm out of the blue, and then you are like, I have written data science because I know machine learning. So
right,
these
right,
type
right,
these type of things. And yeah, consulting, you need to go through all the interviews that previously in whichever company you apply. Just go through the background, get your research done completely. Communication skills, critical thinking are being developed by training a lot. You need to train your mind according to that. Like, okay, if it is would be a case study question, if you're applying for, let's say, Boston Consulting Group, McKinsey, and Bain and Corporation or
right,
company,
right, right,
these are very big and will pay you very high. But you need to be good with your case study skills. Whatever you have done previously, you should be fully focused on that. Like, okay, whatever he's going to ask me, whatever I have mentioned in my resume, and whatever I have done research, I'm fully thorough with that, and I'm just going to go to the interview and kill it.
right, right, right. And even when you are prepared, like you already have that confidence till the interview. So like it's better to already prepare for it, go through all those interviews. Like you can find everything on net nowadays. Like each and every company's previous interviews and previous questions, we can get it on the net. So you can make a list
Yeah,
of that and prepare those questions and be ready for the interview and like kill it.
yeah, yeah,
Right,
yeah.
right, right,
For the people who are giving the interview for the first time, I understand the nervousness would be there if you're giving for the first time.
right,
But when you prepare, when the ice breaks between you and your interviewer, don't speak anything that you haven't mentioned in your resume, like that you get caught up with eventually, and it backfires you only. So if you don't, if somebody asks you what is array, okay, you are able to explain array, but sometimes you go for something more in depth with array, and then you get caught up with those things. So
right,
the
right, right.
process is like to not speak something that the interviewer would ask you and you get caught up with.
Yeah. And in this type of companies, the interviewer, not in this types of companies, like in every company, the interviewers are also very friendly. You don't have to think of them as like villain or something. Like they are your friends, so you have to communicate with them, and like whatever you're thinking, just tell them. I think in case studies also, it's better to like speak whatever it is coming to your mind while solving the question. And if you have any doubt regarding it, like ask, like give me some tips about case study, like how to solve those type of questions. How should you go ahead with those case studies? Suppose if your interviewer is sitting in front of me, so how should I go with the case study?
Okay, so first of all, it is an interview, not an interrogation. The freshers need to, or the people need to understand this thing.
Right,
It is not an interrogation, it's an interview. You're just going to have a healthy conversation between two people. Think it like that. I know the job is on the line, many things are on the line, but think like we are going to have a healthy conversation. We will learn something new, and maybe even if we fail, we will end up learning something great in the process.
right,
So these are the type of the things. And if I talk about your case study, second question. So case study is like, if a case study is given to you, let's say, asking, this is a food based corporation, and it is serving, fast food based corporation, and it is serving snacks to USA, and it is a new thing, it is a new company that is coming into the market.
right,
Okay, so how you need to go through that? First, you need to go through the market analysis, then you need to do competitor analysis, then you need to see like what is my profit and losses that will happen when I will start a business, what is like the market capital that we are capturing, on the whole US, who are our competitors and everything like that you need to go through. And after that, you need to ask certain logical questions. Like if a case study is given to you, you break ice with the most basic questions like, okay, so what could be the market competitors that we are having? After that, what is the market capital that we are having? If the company is a loss, if a case study say the company is in this, what is happening? So what is the reason behind the loss? Are the raw food and the material, the cost of rent, all these things are going beyond the profit? So that all the things you need to ask an interviewer. You can also ask about some statistics if they have. So you can interpret some values, and most of the time you will have some statistics from which you need to interpret some values, and there your math skills are also being checked at that point of time. They are simple mathematics skills, but you need to interpret it. You need to ask the correct logical sequence of questions from the interviewer, and then you're good for it.
Right, right, right. The logical reasoning part is also very important, and the like data interpretation is also like very necessary for this type of companies, because you have to understand a huge amount of data from the graphs and charts. Then only you can go ahead with your calculations.
Yeah, basically in case study, the chart would not be huge, or the graph would not be like very in-depth calculation of 5 million something or something. You can give an approx value. An
Right.
approx value is good for that. If you reach to an approx conclusion, okay, and from that you can interpret it whether it would be a profit and a loss, then it's fine. It's fine. You don't need to go through a fixed number.
Correct, correct, correct. And do these type of firms also ask some puzzles or guesstimate type of questions?
As far as I know, no one asked me that thing. No puzzles
Okay,
or nothing. Nothing
okay,
has
okay,
been
okay.
asked to me. But maybe it depends on the interviewer. Like there is no
Hmm.
guarantee that he will ask or not ask.
Right, right, right. So like to sum up, like first of all, you should prepare for the job description, whatever it is given, and fully understand what the role is, what the company is doing, and what you will be doing in that company, and go through all the previous questions, like whatever you can find on net, everything is available, and make a list of all those questions, prepare for that question, and brush up your communication skills also, because I think communication skills does matter a lot in this type of companies. If you are able to speak well, and if you are able to express yourself very clearly.
Yeah,
Yeah, yeah.
yeah,
And okay, Siddhant, like yeah, one thing remains. Yeah, like what about Indian
yeah.
Navy?
Oh,
How did that come into picture in like the corporate world?
the government thing come into the picture. Like I was giving some interviews, and as I told you, I was not eligible for most of the interviews. So
Right.
Indian Navy came as an opportunity that was not having any eligibility criteria. Let's say the eligibility criteria was 50%. So my aim was to like go through every interview that does not have the eligibility criteria. I'm not missing any single interview for that.
Right.
So I gone through the interview first. There was a GD round in Bhopal only. So there was a group discussion round where the captain is sitting in front of you straight away, and a whole group has been given some GD, and you need, it is not a normal GD that you will go through any company. I would say you have to be very sophisticated and very decorum,
Right. Right.
because a captain is sitting in front of you, and you cannot argue or do something like very unprofessional over there. So everyone gets a chance to speak on a particular topic, whether you are for or against the topic, and then we need to come to a required conclusion, and that should be unanimous. The conclusion should be unanimous. That is the main thing. And then we gave a particular conclusion, and our GD was quite good, so they gave us one more GD to do it.
Okay.
So we did one more GD, and after that there were quite a lot of people. But in my college, I feel, I don't know the exact number, but maybe one or two or three maybe selected. That's it for the SSB. And after that, we gone through SSB and all those things.
Can you tell us a little bit about your profile in Huron Consulting, like what you do in on a day-to-day basis, like what a consultant have to do in day-to-day basis, what kind of projects you work on? Not very
Okay.
in-depth, overall idea, so that like viewers will
Yeah.
know like what a consultant actually do in their job.
Yeah. So first of all, consulting is a very high-paced job, requires a lot of hard work and dedication. Maybe the long hours is one of the
Mhm.
characteristics of a consultant. You can say,
Characteristics,
yeah,
that's a very nice way to say.
yeah, one of the characteristics of a consultant. You can say you need to ready for long hours. Consultant is a very great profile. It will accelerate your career and boost your career. But at the same time it demands a lot of hard work and dedication, focus and concentration to be that. So on day to day basis, I would say I need to deal with my clients. If there is some requirement that I need to get from the client, basically what my profile is, I'm not directly interpreting with the client, but sometimes I'm doing like directly talking with the clients. So I need to get the required information what is useful for our project, and if we are missing something from that, and I need to implement and to develop also. We are just not about client talking. We develop integrations, complex
Right, right,
integrations that we need to develop and we need to deliver. For that, we use particularly Workday technology, in which we develop complex integrations and deliver to our clients to the best of our capabilities. And then there are like managers, then you need to go a lot of things. And if I tell you about the hierarchy, then first you are an analyst, associate, then you become senior associate, manager, director, senior director, managing director. Like that is the hierarchy of the
right, right, right.
consultant.
It's like a great job. And like, what do you prefer, your core companies and core jobs or consultancies? Which one do you prefer?
Basically, I'm more of a kind of a management person. If I tell
Okay.
you very honestly, I was good with my technical skills, but there is one thing that excites you more actually.
Mm-hmm.
That is the management. That is the management part that I feel more passionate about doing. So my core focus is to be in the management level of whatsoever company I go in, and to give my best and to make an impact for a company. Like, I'm not capable right now, or I'm not a position right now of a company that I can bring clients. But yeah, I'm thinking and I'm in a process on daily basis that what I need to do to bring clients, what are the scenario that I could think, how can I build myself on daily basis, irrespective of that scenario is not being present to me, but still I'm working on that. That makes you different from a lot of the people. But because when the actual scenario will come, you will be able to deliver your 100%.
That's right. That's okay. Just one last thing. Like, can you tell
Yeah.
people like how to approach someone on LinkedIn or how to get jobs through LinkedIn? Because many people are not using that platform very efficiently. So people are going into various sites and like they are not able to navigate through LinkedIn. Like how did you apply to jobs, and how did you contact someone and ask them for referrals? How do you approach them?
Okay. So basically, first you need to find the job. Just don't go blindly and say, "Hi, do you have a job vacancy in your company?" No one has that much time,
Right,
because there are busy, very busy people in working corporate world. So you need to go with, okay, I find this job profile suitable for me, and it should be a connection. So you can write a whole description about it. That, hi, my name is this. I'm good with this technology, and I feel this job profile is suitable for me, and here is my resume. Just don't write hi and wait for his reply for hi, because that would be time wasting for him as a person. Not for me, not for anyone, but for him, maybe someone
right,
would think like that. So you just need to go through it. One, hi, my name is this is the job profile, and this is my resume. If you feel that I'm an ideal candidate, then please do refer me. He will go through it, and he will, if he finds that you are an ideal candidate, he will definitely refer you. The trick is just that. And one more trick that like, don't directly message to directors or like India leads or something like
MD.
that. Yeah, only because those people may see, may not see. They are very busy people, and they
Correct.
have lots of high pace and high pace jobs and work to be done. Try to mention someone and see like if they're replying back or not. If they are not replying, they are not saying, don't provoke them again and again and pin them, because it will just annoy them and nothing else. If they don't
Correct, correct.
reply, then okay, there are plenty of people that I can go through for that
Hmm.
particular profile if I strongly feel that it is a good profile for me. Yeah, that's the only thing that I follow basically.
Okay, okay, okay. Okay, Siddhant, thank you so much for sharing all these experiences. I think like it will be very helpful for especially for freshers and like recent graduates who wants to join any consulting firm. So thank you for sharing your experience.
Yeah, the pleasure is all mine.
Okay. Okay, then see ya. Bye. Take care.
Thank you so much.